When designing kitchens, you kind of look towards how the client's going to use the space and how they think they may want to use the space, but there are some sort of parameters that have been established over the years. The way we work, we will establish the best flow for the kitchen, and so we look at different layouts and different parameters and give different options. Because of the bespoke nature of what we do, we don't have a price range or a product range, so we have to establish what's going into the space so we can then put a budget to it. Generally we start with a concept design, and then from that we will become more and more intricate in the detail, and obviously then we'll get to the point of producing very detailed drawings for manufacture. We can work in a variety of materials and different finishes, and it's important that the client's aware of how these materials look and feel, and obviously how they all join together. It has to integrate with the architecture of the building. We like to have a nice seamless flow between what we do and where the architecture ends. Even though the 3D renders that we produce give a good overview, they never fully capture how materials will react in different lights, and so it's a case of, we like to leave them at the samples with the client so they can look at the materials at night, in the daytime, different times of the day, just so they have a full understanding of how light does play a massive part. We start thinking about lighting and audio from the outset, really, because it's so integral to especially lighting, to the way the kitchen is designed. And obviously initially looking at natural daylight and how that works within the space, but then also just thinking about if we're placing wall cabinets, we know we can introduce under cabinet lighting, etc. So the lighting really is quite integral right from the outset. We start to think about the services required within the kitchen before we start laying out a kitchen. We need to think about where all the key elements are going. If there's major construction going on, then we'll probably visit site more often and constantly be in liaison with the different services, the builders, the plumbers, electricians. Through that whole journey, we'll have a good understanding of how the building's going together, making sure that allowances are made for what we need to do later on down the road. When our projects are being installed, either Matt or myself are usually present, especially on the first day of installation, and throughout the installation, just to make sure that our fitters are okay with the space and know where everything's going, and also that all the other tradesmen are in the right place at the right time. We'll work with the client on this to ensure that this happens, to make it a seamless process. The important thing is that we're always available. 2 or 3 or 6 months down the line, we're still here. So if the client needs to get hold of us, they can, or if they want to make any additions or alterations to the kitchen, then we can do that.